Hello students, welcome to the lecture on social implications and future trends learning. And after this lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives. Discuss the social responsibilities, explain the applications of IT and impact on IT, define the e-commerce and e-business, explain the business to business B2B model, describe the business to customers B2C model, define customer to customer C2C model, understand the cyber laws. Let's start with the concept of social implications and future trends. We all know that people engage in business to earn profit. However, profit making is not the sole function of business. It performs a number of social functions as it is a part of the society. It takes care of those who are instrumental in securing its existence and survival, like the owners, investors, employees, consumers and government in particular, and the society and community in general. So, every business must contribute in some way or the other for their benefit. However, while doing so, two things needs to be noted to view it as social responsibility of business. First, any such activity is not charity. It means that if any business donates some amount of money to any hospital or temple or school and college, etc., it is not to be considered as discharge of social responsibility, because charity does not imply fulfilling responsibility. Secondly, any such activity should not be such that it is good for somebody and bad for others. Let us now discuss the social responsibilities. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) is not a new idea. However, CSR has never been more prominent on the corporate agenda than it is today. It is suggested that for some firms, example in the pharmaceutical and resource extraction industries, CSR may be a major influence on corporate strategy, though it is unclear whether these examples reflect unique characteristics of these industries or an early warning of pressures likely to be experienced in other industries. Key characteristics of CSR. CSR refers to the obligations of the firm to society, or more specifically the firm's stakeholders, those affected by corporate policies and practices. Salter and other early examples of paternalistic capitalism reveal three important characteristics of CSR. First, it is not a new idea, the hype surrounding it today not with understanding. Second, firms engaging in CSR often have mixed motivations, and the business case and the nominative case of CSR. Third, while there is substantial agreement that CSR is concerned with the societal obligations of business, there is much less certainty about what these obligations might be or their scope. Now, moving on to the next topic, we will be study the applications of it and the impact on it. Information technology (IT) is dramatically changes the business landscape. Although organization cultures and business strategies shape the use of IT in organizations, more often the influence is stronger the other way round. IT significantly affects strategic options and creates opportunities and issues that managers need to address in many aspects of their business. The impacts. The main impacts IT are on business strategy. IT creates new opportunities for innovation in products and services. Organization culture. Newer type of IT such as electronic mail and groupware are creating significant changes in the way that information flows are groupware and between them and their customers and suppliers. It has hastened the development of more open and innovative cultures. Organization structures. For many years, it has been argued that IT will enable larger spans of control and the flattening of group wear. This has at last happened, but due as much to initiatives like BPR, business process re-engineering, and the drive to cut costs. Management processes. IT is rapidly entering the era where it supports unstructured management processes as well as highly reutilized business processes. It provides more effective ways of accessing information from multiple sources, including use of external information on databases and the internet. The workplace. The way in which IT diminishes the effect of distance means that it creates a variety of options for reorganizing the workplace. Let's know the meaning of e-commerce and e-business. Electronic commerce and e-commerce is a term for any type of business for commercial transaction that involves the transfer of information across the internet. It covers a range of different types of businesses, from consumer-based retail sites through auction or music sites to businesses exchange trading goods and services between corporations.
Words like e-commerce or electronic commerce are often thrown around in all sorts of places, but to properly understand them we must first go back to 1957. 1957, the birth of the internet and the framework for the digitization of our society. Although at this point the internet was very much restricted to military and government uses, so we'll have to fast forward 32 years. And here we are, 1989, the year that affects us most. The internet goes public, the birth of the internet. Increasingly, the internet has been seen to govern our lives, and almost every aspect of life has been computerized, from doing research for a college paper, socializing with friends, gaming, or just as a means of a time sink. It's no surprise that buying and selling have also taken to the internet, which is exactly what e-commerce is. Today, e-commerce, or electronic commerce, can be defined as any sort of transaction made on the internet. So if you've bought something online, whether physical or electronic, then you've engaged in e-commerce. This can include buying directly or buying through affiliates or agents. If you've sold something online, again, whether physical or electronic, then you've also engaged in e-commerce. This can include selling on your website, selling through social networking sites, selling through an auction site, and many, many more. E-commerce can be between a business and customers, also known as B2C. B2C is what you've most likely been involved in. E-commerce can be between businesses and other businesses, for example, one company buying hardware components from another. And it can also be between customers, for example, people selling through an auction website. This is known as P2P. E-commerce provides a simple platform to do business with countries other than your own. Long gone are the days where business was confined to your city and where your audience was also confined to your city. E-commerce is huge and it's growing.
E-commerce. E-commerce allows consumer to electronically exchange goods and services with no barrier of time or distance. Electronic commerce has expanded rapidly over the past 5 years and is predicted to continue at this rate or even accelerate. In the near future, the boundaries between conventional and electronic commerce will become increasingly blurred as more and more businesses move sections of their operations onto the internet. Business to business or B2B refers to electronic commerce between businesses rather than between a business and a consumer. B2B businesses often deal with hundreds or even thousands of other businesses either as consumers or suppliers. Electronic transactions have been around for quite some time in the form of electronic data interchange or EDI. EDI refers each suppliers and consumer to set up a dedicated data link between them, where e-commerce provides a cost-effective method for companies to set up multiple ad hoc links. Electronic commerce has also led to the development of electronic marketplaces where suppliers and potential consumers are brought together to conduct mutually beneficial trade. The road to creating a successful online store can be difficult if unaware of e-commerce principles and what e-commerce is supposed to do for your online business. Researching and understanding the guidelines required to properly implement an e-business plan is a crucial part to becoming successful with online store building. While there are many types of software that can use customizable turnkey solutions are proven to be a cost-effective method to build, edit and maintain an online store. How do online shopping carts differ from those found in a grocery store? The image is one of an invisible shopping cart. We enter an online store, see a product that fulfills demand and place it into virtual shopping baskets. When we are through browsing, we click checkout and complete the transaction by providing payment information.
Hi, my name's Paul and I run my own business. I sell blue and yellow t-shirts through a number of retail stores. It's going really well. They're selling like hotcakes. And I want to turn my website into an online store. But there's a whole bunch of things I have to think about now that didn't even cross my mind when I started out. I have to keep the details of each item in a product management system. I have to improve our search engine results so people can find us more easily. I have to consider how we can handle orders and all the different payment methods people use. I need a content management system for editing tasks, which has to be easy to use. The whole order management and shipping process has to be as quick and simple as possible. I also have to find ways of offering even better value so my customers keep coming back for more. Just 1 month down the line, and we're up and running with BlueYellowShirts.com. It's a great start, but it's only the beginning. We aim to keep growing and developing what we do. There are so many options and opportunities. We don't want to limit ourselves to retail customers. We also want to sell directly to businesses and team up with partners who sell our t-shirts for us. We also want a presence on price comparison websites. We'd like to have a dedicated store for our French customers and integrate our existing ERP system to make things more efficient. Search engine marketing is another avenue we want to explore. Plus, we have to understand how our customers use our store. So far, so good. In fact, France was just the first step. We now have dedicated stores across all of Europe, and we have lots of new customers thanks to online marketing. With so many customers, we obviously need great customer service. Our call center has access to customer and order details and can help with any issues people have. We're also thinking about mobile commerce. In addition, we'd like to use social media and market our products through Facebook, Twitter, and lots of other networks. Our online store is really going places. We have a mobile store as well, and we're using social commerce to reach lots of customers. But there's still more we want to do. I want to analyze our website so we know how customers respond to different content and campaigns. I also want to sell to more countries, which means adapting to different legal and shipping requirements. As the business grows, we have to streamline our logistics and order management processes. We need to understand what our competitors are doing so we can understand our markets. It would also be good to enable our major partners to have their own web store.
E-business. E-business is a term used to describe businesses run on the internet or utilizing internet technologies to improve the productivity or profitability of a business. In a more general sense, the term may be used to describe any form of electronic business, that is to say any business which utilizes a computer. This usage is somewhat archaic, however, and in most contexts, e-business refers exclusively to internet businesses. An e-business may also use the internet to acquire wholesale products or supplies for in-house production. This phase of e-business is sometimes referred to as e-procurement and may offer businesses the opportunity to cut their costs dramatically. Even many e-businesses which operate without an electronic storefront now use e-procurement as a way to better track and manage their purchasing. Difference between e-business and e-commerce. E-commerce and e-business interchangeably, they are not the same, and the difference matter to businesses in today's economy. The E is short for electronic or electronic network, and both words apply to business that utilize electronic networks to conduct their commerce and their business activities. In the same way that all squares are rectangles but not all rectangles are square, all e-commerce companies are e-businesses but not vice versa. E-commerce is any transaction completed over a computer-mediated network that involves the transfer of ownership or rights to use goods and services, defines the US Census Bureau. Transactions are not required to have a price and include both sales and items like free downloads. E-commerce include transactions made on the internet, intranet, extranet, World Wide Web, by email and even by fax. Business to business, B2B, as online commerce continues to grow overall, customer expectations for B2B e-commerce are also changing rapidly. Companies serving business buyers are realizing that the old ways of doing business are no longer sufficient. B2B companies that wishes to grow and become more profitable are looking to adopt e-commerce. Forrester researcher explains e-commerce platforms have relatively low cost but high return on investment in the spectrum of enterprise IT projects and support a new or maturing revenue stream that meets the needs of a changing customer. The benefit of adopting modern B2B e-commerce. Today's e-commerce platforms enable companies to improve service, grow the business and reduce costs. Although specific industries will benefit in somewhat different ways, most B2B organizations achieve the following benefits from adopting a modern B2B e-commerce platform. Improve operational efficiency and lower costs. Strengthen relationships with existing customers. Growth the business. Deliver the right information to partners, distributors and resellers and customers. Increase operational efficiency and reduce costs. B2B e-commerce helps improve efficiency and reduce costs by automating previously manual, labor-intensive process and providing customers self-service options. Improve customer retention. Providing an excellent customer experience play a key role in customer retention. As Manufacturing Insight explains, fast commoditization of products, soaring buyer expectations and weak demand are calling for manufacturers to find ways to provide existing customers with additional value, making it easier to do business. B2B e-commerce makes it easier for companies to implement streamlined purchasing, payment and inventory processes while providing unique product assortment, prices and business flows. Improving responsiveness and service. If a customer needs assistance during or after the purchase, e-commerce platforms help companies respond quickly and effectively through self-service, real-time chat or voice services. Grow the business, the top goal for many B2B companies has shifted from cutting costs to growing revenue. Indeed, a recent survey by B2B Online found that 61% of respondents listed customers acquisition as their top goal. Speed time to market for new products. E-commerce solutions can streamline the product introduction cycle, reduce risk and cost of entering new markets. Opening a new sales channel over the internet allows some B2B suppliers to market their products to new geographies or industries at a fraction of the cost of establishing a direct presence in the targeted market. Deliver the right information to customers. The number and complexity of products has been exploding due to tight competition, increasing product variation based on consumer requirements and the need to comply with safety and environmental regulations. The growth in products is exacerbated by decreasing products' life cycles. Because information about all of these products is typically scattered across multiple enterprise systems, suppliers have a difficult time making consistent product information available internally and across the value chain. Business to customer B2C. The B2C model basically involves business houses and consumers. B2C websites display product and service information in an online catalog and store it in a database. The B2C model generally refers to online 083 rating and auctions such as online stock trading markets and online auctions for any product. The B2C model basically involves business houses and consumers. B2C website displays product and service information in an online catalog and store it in a database. B2C model generally refer to online trading and auctions such as online stock trading markets and online auctions for many products. Auctions. Electronic auctions offer an electronic implementation of the bidding mechanism accompanied by multimedia representation of goods. It also integrates the bidding processes with contracting, payments and delivery. Some of the advantages of internet auctions are convenience. A participant can participate in the bidding process from any place and conveniently find more details about the goods. Flexibility. Internet auctions allow a synchronous bidding lasting for a weekend. The participants are not constrained to participate in the bidding at the same time. Disadvantages. Inspections of goods. Physical inspection of goods is impossible in internet auctions. Bidders can only rely on the information provided or the electronic images of the goods. Potential for fraud. An internet bidder has no guarantee of receiving the goods even after paying for it. Online stores. It refers to the marketing of a product of a specific company of the web. Capabilities of B2C model. The capability and the power of the B2C model depend upon the advancement of the internet. Some of the capabilities of the B2C models are follows as instantaneous communication. The B2C model allows instantaneous communication between business parties and customers and helps in reducing the marketing time for new products. Global access. The products and services offered through the B2C model have a global presence that gives access to larger and newer markets. Challenges in B2C implementation. Although B2C has numerous advantages, there are a number of challenges in implementing it. Some of these challenges are organizational change. Transformation from traditional to a B2C company requires a radical organizational change that is strongly opposed by employees. Business process redesign. Transformation to a B2C company requires a complete redesign of the existing process. Customer to customer, C2C, sometimes known as consumer to consumer. E-commerce involves electronically facilitated transactions between individuals, often through a third party. One common example is online auctions such as eBay, where an individual can list an item for sales and other individuals can bid to purchase it. Auction sites normally charges commission to the seller using them. Another popular area for customer-to-customer transactions is online classified advertising sites such as Craigslist and Gumtree. Major online retailers like Amazon also allow individuals to sell products via their sites. The C2C expected to increase in the future because it minimizes the cost of using third parties. However, it does suffer from some problems such as lack of quality control or payment guarantees, and there can sometimes be difficulties in making credit card payments. Cyber laws. Cyber law is a new phenomena having emerged much after the onset of Internet. Internet grew in a completely unplanned and unregulated manner. Even the inventors of Internet could not have really anticipated the scope and far-reaching consequences of cyberspace. The growth rate of cyberspace has been enormous. Internet is growing rapidly, and with the population of Internet doubling roughly every 100 days, cyberspace is becoming the new preferred environment of the world. Unauthorized access. Using one's own programming abilities as also various programs with malicious intent to gain unauthorized access to a computer or network are very serious crimes. Similarly, the creation and dissemination of harmful computer programs which do irreparable damage to computer systems is another kind of cybercrime. Software piracy is also another distinct kind of cybercrime which is perpetuated by many people online who distributed illegal and unauthorized pirated copies of software. Script kiddies. Crackers do more than just spoiling websites. Novices, who are called script kiddies in their circles, gain root access to a computer system, giving them the same power over a system as an administrator, such as the power to modify features. They cause damage by planting viruses. Internet provides anonymity. This is one of the reasons why criminals try to get away easily when caught and also give them a chance to commit the crime again. Therefore, we users should be careful. We should not disclose any personal information on the internet or use credit cards, and if we find anything suspicious in emails or if the system is hacked, it should be immediately reported to the police officials who investigate cyber crimes rather than trying to fix the problems by ourselves. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) is not a new idea. CSR has never been more prominent on the corporate agenda than it is today. Electronic commerce or e-commerce is a term for any type of business or commercial transaction that involves the transfer of information across the internet. Information technology (IT) is dramatically changes the business landscape. Although organization cultures and business strategies shape the use of IT in organizations, more often the influence is stronger the other way round. E-commerce is any transaction completed over a computer-mediated network that involves the transfer of ownership or rights to use goods and services. B2B e-commerce helps improve efficiency and reduce costs by automating previously manual, labor-intensive process and providing customers self-service options. E-business is a term used to describe businesses run on the internet or utilizing internet technologies to improve the productivity or profitability of a business. The capability and the power of B2C model depend upon the advancement of the internet.